What the fuck is up, you pussy ass pussies? My name is Pussymaster123, and this is a Pussymaster123 podcast, where we talk all things Pussy Master related. Now, let's see what the fuck we're doing. Why did I go on docs? I'm silly. Go on the bookmark to do today. Okay, let's go, man. Let's have a look at student loans. Man, these guys got some fat as fuck noses. Let's go to student loan Canterbury. Engineering. Let's just search up that. $8,000. I guess it's only 30 grand. Like, I could almost pay for my fees right now, but you've got the cost of living as well, which is way more expensive than the fees.
Hello. Hey, how's your time off?
I am so miserable.
Are you serious?
I want to stream so bad. It's you know how people want what they can't have. Like, I can't. I literally can't.
I think it's probably been like such a big part of your
I feel like I
lifestyle.
just can't.
No.
I just have to wait. I have one more week.
What would we even play? Like,
There's so much to play. I actually was having a good time playing GTA, and then I had to stop. But you can still play off stream, right? I can't, because then people will miss out on the story, you know?
you guys have a story? I just walk around.
No, more.
Yeah.
There is
yeah,
stories,
story.
okay?
Right.
Right,
Like when
man,
you
I'm
caught your
just
first
gonna shoot
Pikachu,
some
right? Like,
That was a cool 1 minute clip to watch. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Let's watch all these videos. Maybe not all of them.
Yeah, I used my IR quite a bit actually. Certainly the last few years I was in London, and then it sort of helped me to actually plan out when I could pay it off by.
So living in Australia and being away from New Zealand, you feel like your loan's just sitting there, you don't need to worry about it. But it's better to pay it off and get it done and dusted.
Amazing, it's paid off. I mean, it felt good. And then it was sort of like a conscience lifter, I think.
Once I got overseas, I was a little bit more disciplined about it, and I think it was maybe every quarter or 6 months, something like that. I was making some fairly significant payments.
You could see it going down slowly, and it was quite a good feeling when
Paul Henry.
10 years of interest-free student loans. It's 23 minutes past 7 now. 10 years of writing off billions of dollars.
Oh, the cost of interest-free... Oh, I don't give a fuck about that, man. That's what it helps.
Hey, have you guys ever heard of Tyler Oakley? Well, Tyler Oakley has heard of student loans because he had them big time. And so he and his friends at Big Frame, Tyler Oakley has heard of student loans because he had them big time. And so he and his friends at Big Frame have asked us to make this video for you to explain how student loans work. So, you know, you guys can have a slightly better life vis-a-vis student loans than Tyler did. Because from what I understand, he and his friends found it very confusing, being that they're humans and everything. So, how do student loans work, and how can you make them work better for you? Part 1, the FAFSA, aka the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Now, before you actually start looking for loans, you're going to want to fill one of these babies out, either online or on a paper form, which apparently is still a thing. Did you? I didn't. In any case, huh? Quick note, filling out the FAFSA is free. Free. Never pay any scammers who are trying to get your money to fill it out. Go to FAFSA's government website, not FAFSA.com, because those guys, something's fishy. In addition to being used for federal financial aid, the FAFSA is also used by some state and school-funded programs such as scholarships. Now, if you're in high school, rock and roll high school, here is the hippest place in town. Look at me. I'm not a 31-year-old man. I'm so hip.
You're so fucking ugly.
I think you can tell.
I swear I said that.
If you're in high school, then you're definitely going to want to fill this out as soon as possible after January 1st during your senior year. If you're not in high school, you still do want to fill it out as soon as possible after the new year. I do want to take a second to emphasize how important this is. Most financial aid is given out on a first-come, first-served basis, even though it is determined by different factors. So the sooner you can get that FAFSA in, the better your chances of getting the maximum amount of aid available to you. And alas, this is not a one-time thing either. Even when you're in school, you have to keep filling it out every year. This is because, you know, your circumstances might change. One of our lovely Tumblr readers said that you can get help from the financial aid office, which makes a lot of sense, and we would highly recommend that. To actually fill out the FAFSA, you're going to need some documents. There are lots of different ones, so the information is just floating around my face right now because powers. Also, don't leave any blank space on the form. If something doesn't apply to you, just write 0 or not applicable, and then you're done, you know? Just wrap that baby in a blanket and smack it on the bottom, because we're going on to part 2, types of loans. After submitting your FAFSA, there are going to be a number of different loan options. These include, number 1, Stafford loans. These are offered directly to you, the student, from the U.S. Department of Education. They can be used to pay for many different kinds.
Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I thought I'd do kind of like a quick / overview of university in New Zealand, and yeah, just talk a little bit more about it. If you guys are interested in coming here to study, or maybe you are going to start uni soon, so yeah, let's just get started. So I have notes on my phone, as always, which is why I'm looking down. So currently there are 8 universities in New Zealand. I will include a list here.
There's only 8 fucking universities. How the fuck did I not know that? What? Huh.
And there's also polytechnics, which you can study and get like a bachelor's degree. And normally in New Zealand, you start uni at 17 or 18 after you finish high school.
17, people are starting, I guess you can start at 17.
Obviously you can start later on, you know, a lot of people are older, but that's kind of like the normal age for people to start uni. You can study full-time or part-time, and most students also have a part-time job as well, so that's pretty common here. Normally a degree is going to last 3 years, and a more specialized degree such as engineering or law is going to be 4 years. And obviously if you study medicine, that will take like 6 or 7 years depending on which path you take. You can also do a conjoint degree, so this is kind of like 2 degrees in one, but it usually takes less time than studying 2 separate degrees. So for example, if you do a business and a law conjoint, that's going to be 5 years, but if you study a business degree, that's 3 years, and then a separate law degree, that's 4 years. So you basically save 2 years by doing a conjoint. You can also
My friend's dad was an anesthesiologist, and it took him like 11 years to learn how to be that.
also also do an honours year after you finish your degree. So for example, for me, I study business, so I could do a fourth, like, postgraduate year, which would be honours, but that's not very common. Normally, people go straight into a part-time job. Like, it's not very common to do a master's or even an internship. People just go straight into a full-time graduate role. University degrees here aren't actually super common, so I did some research, and according to this website, 40% of adults have a degree, so that means less than half. So yeah, majority of people didn't go to uni. I feel like that is changing nowadays, though. It is
wrong, dude. Probably, how many people leave university?
Definitely more expected, especially if you are like Asian or kind of like immigrant background. It is pretty much expected. However, it's also very common for like males especially to go into a trade. So for example, training to be a builder or a plumber or an electrician, that's also a very common and accepted trade and a pretty good career as well. University school year normally starts about late February or early March, depending on what school you go to. And for the most part, the year is broken.
Some people are just boring lives. Like, isn't that fucking insane to think of? Some people are just like, okay, I hope out of high school, I'll go into a trade and then have a social life and then that's it. Like, isn't that crazy to think, though? Like, you don't do any... you don't do anything else. You just go into a trade and then you just have a job and then just do that till you fucking have enough money to retire and then you just spend money on the piss and then fucking die. Like, what the fuck is life about? I keep on having, like, meaning of life. And I don't go into it. I don't think about it at all. Like, slight meaning of life. Like, wait, what the fuck am I doing here? What the fuck is... Wait, so I've got this plan in my mind, you know, go to university, get a part-time job. I'm fucking McNasty with money. I don't spend money at all. Save my money. Probably go out of uni with basically no student loans because I'm fucking gang out here. And then fucking start up a business, meet my soulmate, and then vibe, and then die. Like, that's my plan, but why is that my plan? What the fuck are we doing, you know?
Except for Victoria, I'm pretty sure they do trimesters. But yeah, for the most part, you'll have 2 semesters, and they're about 4 months long each. So semester 1 goes from, like I said before, late February, early March, to about end of June. And during each semester, you'll have a 2-week break in the middle of the semester. And then after the first semester, there's another 3-week break, and then you have semester 2. So the school year ends at about early November, so that's just before summer. And yeah, you basically have a 3-month holiday, which is pretty good. Normally during a semester, you take 4 papers. So that's a full-time workload, and each paper is worth 15 points. So in a semester, you'd be doing 60 points. So that means for a 3-year degree, you will need 360 points. Again, it varies a lot on what you study, but for business, for example, you normally choose a major and a minor, or you can choose to double major. Unlike in America, where I think you can go in like undeclared, which basically means you can just study whatever you want and then decide on your major. Normally, in New Zealand, you would choose at least like a broad kind of subject, so whether it be arts, science, business, you'll choose kind of like a broad subject range, and then after your first year, that's when you choose your major. Again, it really depends, but for me, I only have about 1 semester of compulsory classes, and then for the rest of my papers, I can basically do whatever I want, of course relating to my major and my minor. But yeah, you do have quite a...
Some motherfuckers be going to university. What I've been watching, like, medical students doing the SQ3 study. They just don't even go to the classes. Like, they go to university and they pay for it, then they just don't even attend their fucking lectures. They just do their own study and do their own DAC and then come for the test.
Wide choice in which class and which papers that you take. Normally you also have elective papers outside of what your main focus is, so you can take other things that interest you. In terms of contact hours, I have 12 contact class hours a week, well, at least when I did go to uni. Now everything's online. So I had uni 3 days a week, and each class was about 3 hours, so that was 12 contact hours. I know for my brother, he does engineering, so he has about 16 contact hours a week, and he went 5 days a week, so it really depends on what you're studying and your course. But yeah, it ranges anywhere from about 12 to maybe 16, maybe more than that. In terms of the application process, it's pretty...
It's getting
easy.
Excited.
It's pretty much all done online because New Zealand universities don't really have like an upper limit.
Does anyone else get that? They just
students. It's not super competitive to get into, you know, like the first year of uni. There's no like writing essays or personal statements or any of that. Essentially, your entry is going to be based on your rank score, which is taken from your grades in high school. So basically, if you get a certain rank score, then you get into the degree. However, if you are doing a more competitive degree, for example, law or medicine, normally after your first year, that's when they start like cutting people off. So you have to do extra tests and exams and interviews and reapply to get into your second year. I will insert a grade map here, but basically grades run from an A+ to a D. And you need about 50% to pass the course. You can hand in assignments late, but for every day that you hand in late, you will lose 10%. In terms of extracurriculars, we definitely do have extracurriculars. Depending on your university, things, you know, may be more common. For example, sports, cultural clubs, societies, things like that. However, for me personally, I would not say they're a massive part of uni life. Like most people I know, they aren't really heavily involved in anything. In terms of student life, again, it really depends on your university and which city you live in.
Hopefully there's a business club. Oh, that's going to be hype. Joining a business club. Whatever clubs. Might do a sport. Fuck it. But I'll probably do... Dude, I have too much shit on my plate, man. I have too much shit on my plate. So I have to do a soft core sport. That doesn't take up a lot of time. Just maybe like one practice a week. That's probably even pushing it. And then game day, pretty simple, like almost social sport. That'd be cool. Yeah, other clubs, man. I can't wait to join some fucking clubs.
For example, like the city of Auckland is very much a commuter city, so most students still live at home like with their parents and they will commute to university, whereas somewhere like Otago, it's a very small town, but it's got like a really big university, so a really high student population. You know, you've got lots of things going on, like parties pretty much every weekend. And with the cost, a typical year of full-time fees is going to be about 6,500 to 7,000 New Zealand dollars. That's for domestic students. And recently they made a law where the first year of university is actually free, so that's really good as well. You can also get a student loan.
Fees free. I'm coming out of uni right now with no fucking, literally all paid off. I'm gonna check my QBank right now. I'm chilling. I'm mad chilling, dude. I'm so fucking good with money. I'm gonna do such a fucking nasty business. Engineering business? What am I even gonna do? I don't know, but I'm gonna use this knowledge that I have of NFTs, of the future, of marketing. Dude, holy shit, I've got $28,000 in the motherfucking bank. Dude, I'm chilling. I'm literally big time just chilling. I'm absolutely chilling. I mean, I'll buy my mum's car off her for like $4,000, so I still come in with 24 grand. Say it's $8,000 a year. That's 3 years instantly paid off. Bang. I mean, you're gonna have to get a part-time job. I mean, even if I had a part-time job, that's like what, 10 hours a week. I'll probably 10 hours. Say I'm getting paid 20, which is the minimum, which I won't be because I'm McNasty at negotiating. Because I'm a businessman and I love doing that, and I go to garage sales. Although I didn't negotiate well on my last job, but I'll go on there and I'll probably spit out about $30 an hour, and they'll be like, nah, we can't do that. We're only gonna offer $20. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, I can't work here. Yeah, I mean, I'm McNasty at everything I do, dude. So your loss. Go to another place. Oh yeah. So what are you hoping for pay? $30. Oh, sorry, we only offer $20. The fuck out of there. Oh yeah, 30, 20. So no, okay, 30. Oh, we'd be willing to get your pay up to $22 an hour. Okay, I'm not willing to take the job for $22 an hour. Would you be willing to pay me $28 an hour? Okay, that's still way too high. How about $24? The lowest I'm willing to go is $26 an hour. Would you do 25? I guess I'll accept 25. But hey, we'll go off calculator. Say 10 hours a week, $20. That's it. Times by 0.7 after tax, or we'll just do 0.7 after tax. Is that even a thing? I don't know. Is tax at 30%? Right. So let's see how much I'm getting taxed now. That's how much I will be getting taxed. So I earn $22 right now at the place that I work, times 40, 880. So divided by what equals 660, so 660 times by what? 880, so do I just do divided by 680 is how much I make? Is that right? I'll get this calculator out. Fuck, I always forget this. 880 divided by 680, or is it 880? No, 680 divided by 880 is equal to 0.77. Okay. So we'll just say 0.7, be super fucking generous. We'll say 10 hours of work a week times by $20 times by 0.7, 140 times by 52, 7,280. That's just not enough to cover my living costs. $7,280. How much does rent cost in places? Food costs me $80 a week. I'm investing $40 a week, so that's 20. It's only 20 times by 52. Okay, I have to work more than that then. If I'm working 20 hours a week, 20 times by, we'll say $22 an hour, times by 0.75 is equal to, times by 52, that's how much I make a year, 17 grand, minus bracket 80 times 52, bracket is equal to, minus bracket 40 times by 52 is equal to, yeah, then I'm just able to live. So if I work 20 hours a week, I'll be able to just come out of there with no student loans. But I mean, we're chilling. If I've got student loans, we're chilling. It's interest free. I'm chilling. I'm like chilling with student loans. Why am I trying to get out of university without student loans? No, I'm mad, big time chilling. Cool, so I've done that. Research internet for a little bit. Okay, cool. Right now I'm just searching up NFT on YouTube and then watching some videos. The videos are deemed to be good. Let's watch this dude's video, fuck it. But soon I'll start listing down questions that I have, and I already do have questions about NFTs. Like Solana versus Ethereum, what's the kickback of a Solana? Can you only buy, I think it's that you only can buy certain projects, but there's no gas fees. But the projects either shitter, maybe. I need to learn what decentralized. Everyone keeps on chucking it around. That's why they think Bitcoin is so good, is because it's decentralized, so the government can't interfere or some shit. I don't know. It's decentralized. I need to learn what that means. Need to learn about smart contracts a little bit more. I need to learn about quite a few things. So I'll start listing questions down and actually going to answer those questions. Right now I'm just watching random videos and listening to random podcasts. I do love doing it though. I love NFT podcasts. It gets me
NFT market is on absolute fire right now, and some people are even speculating by 2025 this market will reach over $80 billion in value. We have massive companies like...
I'm also thinking, like, should I just say fuck it? I mean, I could have paid off all my student loans, or I could buy a Bored Ape. I could do that. I could buy a Bored Ape NFT. Like, shoot.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all looking to integrate NFTs here very soon. We also have some of the most well-known celebrities across the entire world, like Neymar and Kevin Hart, purchasing Bored Ape NFTs, which is absolutely insane. And we just have a ton of money entering the space right now, and it all feels like it's going so fast. Week by week, I feel like something is changing, something is happening, and I have to make these videos week by week in order to update all of you with what is going on in the NFT space. And let me tell you, we have a ton of stuff to talk talk about here today. We'll even be talking about people who are selling the picks and the shovels during this NFT gold rush that are making tens of thousands and in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars by supporting the NFT space. So we'll be talking about that. We'll also be discussing some of the most important news happening around the NFT space right now. We'll be taking a look at some NFT collections that are performing exceedingly well, and I'll provide some of my thoughts and insights on how
about the artwork right now.
I think people can't position themselves to maximize the potential in this NFT market. So you're definitely not going to want to miss out on this video because there is going to be a ton of information within it. But before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button if you end up enjoying or finding value in today's video. And with that being said, welcome to the Niftyverse. And really quick, like always, before we do get started, I do want to give a disclaimer and mention that this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to be taking a look at is the OpenSea analytics and just data behind the market overall. And we can see the market is performing extremely well right now. We are coming off a close to $180 million day, and we are sitting right now at the time of recording at $116 million for the day right now. So I expect that to hit around the same range. We were in kind of somewhat of a little bit of a downtrend here in the short term. We were hitting lows of around almost 100 million, which is by no means a low amount, but compared to what we have been seeing for the month of January, that has been possibly the lowest point in the entire month. But it seems that we have shot back up, and there are certain NFT collections on the market that have been absolutely exploding as of recently, and prominent blue chip projects like Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks are
I mean, maybe I'll flip, by the way, with NFTs, maybe I'll flip some and give it a go and learn like buying NFTs and flipping and seeing what comes of that. But I'm probably gonna do fuck all of that. What I'm gonna do is I invest long term. I'm in it for the long term. I'm in it for the fucking long term. I'm playing this long term game, baby. I'm playing it long term. I ain't about to make money quick. I'm motherfucking nasty with it, man. I'm smart. I'm motherfucking brain G-sim. Alright, my brain works at super fast lightning speed, and that's why I'm a motherfucking smart man. I'm an incredibly smart businessman, and when it comes to money, fuck me, I should be a financial broker because I'm motherfucking McNasty with it. Yesterday, that's a lie. Not yesterday. It was, when did I got drunk for the first time last Saturday. Yes, it was. And on Sunday, I felt mildly shit. I had a mild headache where I just felt sluggish the entire day. And I went and I bought McDonald's and I spent $22 on McDonald's. And that's the first time, and as long as I can fucking remember, that I've done anything like that. I went to McDonald's and spent money. It's been years since I've done that. That's the first time in years I went out and splurged out and I bought McDonald's. Because I'm motherfucking McNasty with money. How the fuck do you think I had $10,000 saved from a fucking paper run that paid me $60 a fortnight when I was like 15? How? Because I'm McNasty, was it? And how do you think if I go onto my Sheezies right now, I've been investing $40 a week. That's the wrong tab. That's Dakuda. I can't see what tab I'm pressing, so that's Y movies. Okay. Is this one Sharesies? That's Sharesies. Okay, cool beans. How do you think I have this much money in the bank? I've got why is it going down so much? $320 return? That's fucking dog shit garbage. I had $500 return. It's terrible. How do you think that I've got $4,500 in the stock market? I mean, I've got 28k in the bank. I've got 4.5 just sitting here on Sharesies in stocks. I'm the greatest. I'll say it. I'll say what we're all thinking. I'm the greatest when it comes to money, right? When it comes to money and controlling your money and having control of your temptations, I am the fucking man. I'm the man out here. I am the fucking man. Dude, and I've only been investing $40 a week. $40 a week, man. That's where it gets you, $40 a week if you can set aside $40 a week. I've got 4.5k.
Starting to gain flame again. We can also take a look right here at the total monthly.
So that I'm probably not gonna flip NFTs. If I do, it'll be for the low banters, right? Because I don't give a fuck about the money, because I just want to learn, just chucking money at shit to learn how shit works. Most likely, if I buy a Bored Ape, which as a contemplation of mine, genuinely a contemplation of mine, I'm gonna see what the fuck's going on with these NFTs. I mean, it's scaring me how Gary is saying, like, most likely all of these NFTs are going to go down to zero, probably the main ones as well. The whole market is probably going to crash because it is overpriced right now in a lot of ways, because they're just fucking dumb cunt JPEGs that we've assigned value to, like you do with money, and we've assigned too much value to them, like we did with stocks, with the internet stocks back in 2004. I don't know the fucking dates. I'm just making this shit up. I think it's 2005. I think that happened, where they all went all the way fucking down because you overvalued them, but still the internet rose because it's fucking super important. Because it helps a lot in everyday life. It's still a fucking amazing tool. So obviously the internet still rose and thrived, but the stocks were overvalued at the time, so it still crashed. That scares me, man. But I mean, still, I have a lot of faith in these NFTs. I mean, I'm getting into the research and I'm agreeing with a lot of what Gary Vee and other people are saying. Yes, this seems like the future. It seems so fucking... It seems like just such an important tool, and I understand so much of the aspects of, from watching other videos as well, from watching Jordan Peterson talk about social hierarchies and how we subconsciously wear fancy clothes and shit to portray to other people that we have an indication of skills, of skill. We have an indication of a high status in the social hierarchy, right? We've been watching Jordan Peterson for a long time, and NFTs, obviously, no shit, it's a way to flex, man. I'm flexing on people, but other things as well that I need to do more research on, but it's going to be fun, that when I've heard it, do sound like really fucking useful tools as well. Having open property on OpenSea where everyone can see that you have true validation of that item, the smart contracts built into it, where if you buy this as well as being an object of value, it isn't just like a fucking JPEG, you know, it's that you can flex on people. It actually has real life value, where if you buy this built into a smart contract, you get to have a dinner with me once a year. You know what I'm saying? So I do think NFTs are definitely the way of the future. But we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. And I have to do my research on it. Maybe it turns out that, hey, I disagree with Gary. Maybe I'm right, and maybe he's right, or maybe I agree with him. But we'll have to see. I'll have to do a little bit more research. But from what he's been saying, from the videos I listen to, and other people, what they've been talking about NFTs, it just sounds so cool. And it sounds like, yeah, that is the way the future's going. This is Web 3.0. Motherfucker, get on the motherfucking train, pussy. Because we going there.
Volume on OpenSea, we're sitting at close to $4 billion, at $3.8 billion to be exact, which is absolutely incredible. This is a record month for NFTs, as we have discussed in previous videos before, so that is looking extremely good as well. And possibly the most promising thing I have seen in terms of analytics and data behind the NFT market is this right here. The OpenSea monthly active traders has hit an all-time high, and we are currently at 480,000, and we are on track.
Is this like a news? I think it is. It's like a news thing for NFTs. It's so random. Okay, let's skip to 9. Let's just watch the video from here, and then that'll probably be me, to be honest. I could watch dropshipping videos, but I'm probably just gonna jerk it, then read my book, then go to sleep, dude. I haven't been getting quality sleep. I keep on waking up in the middle of the night.
Now we're going to move on and talk about how people are selling picks and shovels during this NFT bull run. And
I had a dream last night that was so vivid, man. I've had this experience quite a few times in my life, and probably a fuck ton of times where I just forget it, but you ever dream of something really dog shit, something fucking terrible happening to you, then you wake up and you realize it was a dream, and you're just filled with such a sense of happiness, like you were holding that negative emotion, like, and you didn't even really remember what from. And then you realize, oh shit, that thing that I dreamt about didn't happen. That isn't real life. That didn't happen. And you're like, oh fuck yes. I had a dream, and it was weird in the dream as well. I handled it like a fucking boss, but we'll get to that. I had a dream where there's this dude, I don't know if you guys know, if it's just me watching this or whatever, if no one's watching us, who the fuck cares. There's this dude called Adash that you kind of know. He went to your high school with you. He was friends with Kieran Giddens, who you were pretty close friends with, but he's this little kind of short Indian dude, and he's kind of like, he's a loser, but I dislike him, but I've got a certain amount of respect for him because he's a very audacious person where even though he's kind of a fucking loser, he's got the attributes of a loser, he kind of has this audacity where like he doesn't view himself as low on the social hierarchy, which is pretty odd. And the way he acts, I'm not too sure how to describe it, but I still fucking hate him. He's fucking, there's something about him where I just doesn't clash with me at all, where it's like, man, but still, he's like a really audacious motherfucker in his actions, and maybe, I don't know, I'm just not seeing something, but anyways, he's this kind of short Indian dude, and I had a dream where we're at my auntie's old house, which you only realize you don't consciously think it in the dream or subconsciously, or you don't think it in the dream, but and you don't even realize it. It's just kind of like the layout of the rooms that you're running through are the same as my auntie's old house. We were at her house for some reason. It was a party environment, and for some reason I threw a punch at Adash, and he like kind of blocked it somehow. It was kind of a lame fucking punch. Threw a bit of a pussy boy punch, and Adash was like, you know Kung Fu? And I'm like, oh fuck. And then he just beat the living fuck out of me. And I was screaming for help. I was like, help. And he had a knife. And he started stabbing me. I mean, like, really fucked me up badly just fucked me up. He knew Kung Fu, dude. Like, he was like, you know Kung Fu? And I'm like, fuck, dude. Adash knows Kung Fu. And this dude is like losing a fight to Adash would be so fucking embarrassing, but it's actually something I could see happening. Like, when I'm saying he's audacious, it's a lot of it is towards me as well. He kind of has this feeling that he's better than me, and I'm not too sure how to describe it. In this social hierarchy, he has this idea that he is above me and a few other people, but which he typically shouldn't be, by his actions and by what us and our friend group value as valuable for the social hierarchy, if you know what I mean. Or my old friend group, fuck me, I have no friends nowadays, but my old friend group, I saw him, by the way, we were carrying through this football thing, and he was there, but yeah, dude, we kind of in our friend group kind of valued humor and sport and athleticness as a kind of social currency, I guess you could say. I'm not too sure if that's true. But anyways, where the fuck was I going with that? Yeah, losing to a fight with Adash would be really fucking embarrassing, because I think logically that I'm better than him, but almost in a social hierarchy sense, at least in the past, like, I wouldn't be too surprised if I lost a fight to him, if that makes sense. Like, no, in a fight, like, I'm physically taller and more built than him, obviously I wouldn't lose, but like, him being an equal to me isn't too surprising to me. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it's still feel like disrespected, but at the same time not surprised, because this guy's a fucking loser, but the way the social hierarchy works, we are equals. You can make an argument that he is superior. I don't know how to describe it, but anyways, he kicked my fucking ass and I slunked away, bro. I drove home, and then I went to school the next day, and there was a chick there that I don't know why I'm mentioning that, but there was Nathan, and he was actually really supportive, because everyone knew that I got my ass fucking beat. And I'll tell you what, this actually made me feel proud waking up today and like articulating these thoughts in my head. In dreams, I feel like you're still yourself in a lot of ways. Like, who you are in your dream is like a good representation of your subconscious, where your subconscious is at, and what your true self is like. Like, in dreams before, I've had things where like someone's been chasing after me and I've ran away from a confrontation or whatever, or like something embarrassing has happened and then I've just been like real embarrassed or whatever. But in this dream, everyone was like treating me like, oh dude, you got your ass fucking kicked, bro, you got fucked up. And I was like, I felt proud, because in my dream I kind of accepted that, and I was like, yeah dude, I got my ass beat, but dude, it was fear from him, because I threw the first punch And even though he knew Kung Fu, like, I did throw the first punch, so it's kind of fair that he low-key fucked me up, even though I don't know martial arts. And I wasn't like, I'm being like that now, trying to justify my dream self getting my ass fucking whooped by a Kung Fu ninja martial arts little fucking Adash. God, I hate that guy. But, yeah, I was like, nah, GG's, fair play to him, fair play. He fucked me up. Fair play to him, you know, I did throw the first punch. But, yeah, I just thought that I'd tell you guys that story of how in my dream I got my ass beat by Adash, but I still took a little bit of a W because in other situations I'd be super embarrassed and I'd be justifying it by being like, dude, he knew Kung Fu, what the fuck was I supposed to do? He's like fucking Jackie Chan. He's like a 4-foot tall Jackie Chan, man. But I was like, you know what, dude, he won and fair play to him and just embracing it, you know. And I feel like I'm super happy to realize that maybe my approach to embarrassing moments, which is that just acceptance and being like telling the truth on everything and just accepting me for who I am and not slinking away from something embarrassing. Like, I'll tell you guys something embarrassing. I'm a virgin, number one. Hey, it is what it is. I'm looking for the one, I could say, but I mean, others could say that I just haven't been looking hard enough, you know. I haven't been tempted with temptation yet, you know. And I mean, that could be for a multitude of reasons. For a lot of people my age that are virgins, it's because they're butt fucking ugly and their expectations are a little bit too high. I mean, you could say, you can make a case that that's true for me, but I would make the counter case that I just haven't been out there. I haven't been out there looking for chicks all that hard. You know, and I'll tell you another embarrassing thing about me, which is going to be pretty hard to justify, but I mean, I will justify it with a young age, but I did used to jerk off to over-sexualized Simpson characters, like Marge Simpson's with big titties and Bart fucks her. It's some fucked up shit that I used to jerk off to, some weird fucking shit. But that's what happens when you get down the rabbit hole of porn. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty embarrassing, but just telling the truth and telling the embarrassing things, how it is, and just owning up to it and going about your life. Like, I've realized that, I mean, maybe if I reach that Goggins mentality, I literally won't give a fuck what people think. But a lot of times I still am going to give a fuck what people think, but the key is acting as though you don't. And I don't mean like faking it, like, I don't give a fuck what you think to try and be cool. No, your actions should be based on not giving a fuck on what people think, if that makes sense to you. So sometimes I'll be walking in a car park, going to the gym, and I see people looking at me, and I think to myself, don't fuck up. So I'm like, okay, let's do the first dumb thing that I think of, to act as though I don't give a fuck. Because if I didn't give a fuck, I just do dumb shit, you know? And I try and do that. I'm like, I notice myself like, do I give a fuck what this person thinks? Let's do some dumb shit. Let's purposely fall on the ground. Let's purposely start fucking talking to myself or stumbling around or trip on this rock and look like I've fallen. Or it sounds like some real dumb psychopathic shit. But yeah, that's what I try and do. That's how I try and live my life. So the fact that my dream self was doing that as well, I think it shows character development and change and a lean towards, just embracing the embarrassing things and fucking owning it. Putting that on your motherfucking shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my ass got beat by a Dash, dude. And fair play, you know. Fair fucking
thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars doing this. Now, what really inspired me to talk about this in today's video was this news article here.
Well. And okay, I've been talking for a long time, but I love talking. I'll talk, watch the end of this, jerk it, and then read, and then go to sleep. Okay. He was at the soccer thing. He said this thing that slightly pissed me off, and I kind of pissed off that I didn't act and like roast the shit out of him somehow, but I probably wouldn't have been able to at the time, because when I went to the social soccer thing, I wasn't actually a big social awesome lol W man. I was a bit of a fucking pussy. I don't know if I was a bit of a pussy, but I was quiet. Anyways, I was quiet. I wasn't a social seer. I kind of let other people do their thing and crack lol W's at each other, because I kind of didn't fit in as well there. But no shit, Sherlock. Those are actual long-time good friends. I haven't been a part of that friend group in a long time. And even when I was a part of that friend group, barely. Like, fuck all. Like, I didn't fuck all with them. But, yeah, anyways, I saw a Dash and I was like, oh, I'll mention this to him. Because even though I fucking hate the guy, dude, I'll talk to anyone, man. Because I just love talking to people. Still, even though I was a bit of a quiet quarrel Professor Quirrell from Harry Potter. I was a quiet Professor Quirrell. I still did if I see the opportunity to talk to someone one-on-one, I'll talk to them. So yeah, I saw Dash and I was like, I had to mention it because when I first started going to the gym, the mindset was, most people start off this way as well, trying to get a good body. You know, I want to work on my physique. Now it's just like, I go because I love pushing myself mentally, and the good physique is like an added bonus. But yeah, when I first started going to the gym, I had this chick that I saw on Instagram, and she went to my primary school. Her name was Olivia Skerritt, and she was fine, man. She was fine as hell. I remember all the dudes had a big time crush on her. Big Time Crush, remember that TV show? Big Time Rush, not Crush, fuck's sakes. Yeah, she was fine as fuck. And I saw her on Instagram. I saw her profile picture, and she had just started Instagram, kind of like me. I just started Instagram at that age, which is pretty odd for people our age. And I was like, holy shit, this is the girl. And in my mind, I was thinking to myself, dude, I had low self-esteem at that point. I was like, you aren't going to be able to get the girl being the way you are. Like, I am not on the social level of Olivia Skerritt. She was fine as fuck. Dude, you are pretty fucking butt ugly, low-key, not gonna lie, dude. So I was just looking at this girl's Instagram, and I was like, let's get the girl. Let's get the fuck after it. Let's go to the motherfucking gym, and let's get the girl. It's all about getting the girl. And I thought I was going to dedicate myself for the next 4 months on just training to get the girl. Because I'm a bit of a romantic at heart. I'm obsessive. So, yeah, I became obsessive over that for like a couple of days. And then I kind of got a bit less obsessive. But still, the goal was for the next 4 months. Like, the goal was going to be for like 4 months or like 6 months. I think it was 4. For 4 months, work out and build like a basic physique. And then after 4 months of going to the gym, then start messaging her. And then after another 3 months, when I built like a decent physique, then we can meet face to face. Like, that's how bad my self-esteem was back then. I was like, there's no way right now I can get the girl. And it was true. Like, yeah, that was low-key true. You were like ugly as fuck. It turns out it probably was like a dark. So anyways, I found out that I did message her, and I found out like 4 months later or whatever, and I found out that Adash was going out with her. I was like, Adash? What the fuck? And I haven't seen her, but I'm pretty sure I remember something about her being like fat. I was going to say fat as fuck. Slightly fat now. I've seen pictures of her. She's kind of chubby. She didn't age the best. She's still mid-looking, but I was like, man, I thought you were really fucking good looking. And I thought because she had like a low Instagram following as well, I was like, holy shit, I could actually probably like talk to her. She's probably not getting dicked around by like 5 different guys. You know, she's new to the social media thing like me. She's probably got purity, man. But yeah, she went out with Adash. And I mentioned that to Adash. I was like, you're going out with Olivia Skerritt now, eh? He was like, oh no, we broke up. He was like, you can have her now. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. I was like, you can have me now? Dude, she went out with you. I think I'm a pass, dude. You're like 4 foot tall and kind of fucking... Not ugly. You're actually alright looking, but you are kind of really fucking short, dude. And your personality is really annoying. Although I do give you... You are audacious. One audacious motherfucker. I'll give you that. But yeah, anyways, yeah. That was like my first motivation for going to the gym. Because I was like... had such low self-esteem, and deservedly so, bro. I was one skinny, ugly motherfucker. And I'm still pretty fucking butt ugly. You know, I can't wait to get rid of this. I've been looking at photos of my old self. I'm like, holy shit, my face looks so lean. I've got a decent amount of fat on my face. But yeah, I'm a pretty pimply motherfucker. My hair's pretty dog shit. I gotta find out what to do with my hair. But I make up for it, and I turn out to be good looking. I'm not hot. Come on, let's keep it $1.50. But I turn out to be pretty good looking because I've got a nice physique now. So, I mean, you were kind of right in a lot of ways. I mean, your thoughts were coming from a pretty like bad place, but they were actually kind of low-key factual statements, dude. Like, to get Olivia Skerritt, the person that you were thinking of, I could get her now. If she was actually decent looking, I could get her now. I could get any chick right now. Probably not a 10 out of 10. We'll see as well. We'll see how I crack under social pressure, where I fit into the social hierarchy. That matters a lot, where you fit into the social hierarchy. We'll see. We'll see at Canterbury. We'll see down at Christchurch where I fit in there, and then if I get a 10 out of 10 boss chick. But you could also get a 10 out of 10 socially awkward chick. But I probably couldn't get a 10 out of 10. I'm probably like a 7.5 out of 10. So I can probably reach to like 9 out of 10. I wouldn't reach down to... I'd probably the lowest I'd go would be like 6.5, 7 out of 10. Probably not, dude. I might get someone that's kind of similar to me, like a male-looking face, but a fat fucking ass. I don't know. Again, a lot of the things that I'm saying is just we'll have to see. I mean, I could be spitting factual statements, or I could be spitting lies. I don't know.
Showcasing that a Fiverr artist is earning $57,000 a month for making NFT art for collections. That is a lot of money for a single month, and if he was able to sustain that, he would average out to...
I'm just going to go ahead and jerk off. So that's with the podcast, film podcast. There's my mini ring light for my phone. Do you even notice that? When you notice it there. Barely. Kind of? Oh, yeah. I don't know. That's how bright it is. Kind of sucks that there's only one setting, not warm. That's meh bright. I think about that product. Anyways, should I keep on recording or stop recording when I go jerk it? I talk about jerking a lot because I want to make sure people know this used to be an embarrassing topic for me. I used to jerk off to some fucked up shit. Hermione Granger getting called a mudblood and getting fucked on the stable. What was some other fucked up shit? Anyways, I'll stop talking about that. But I do want to make sure you guys know that I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to be myself, keep it $1.50 as possible. Another embarrassing moment. There was something I was thinking about work. Oh yeah, I'm kind of getting like, I've already told you guys about the relationship with this. There's this kind of big dude at work that like told me to mind my fucking business, and I did nothing about it. Then one time he came up to me and I had my headphones on, and he was like, yeah, and then I took them off and he kind of got pissed I didn't hear him, so he's like, yeah. Well, first of all, he asked kindly, but then he got pissed off that I didn't hear him the first time. So he was like, yeah. And I was like, it was like right after he told me that to mind my fucking business. And then I still didn't do anything about it. So that's an embarrassing thing that happened recently. Yeah, that guy kind of feels like he's definitely got something wrong with him. That's not justifying me being a pussy and not saying anything to him. I don't give a fuck how big you are. I was about to say some bullshit and then realized that's lies because I didn't do anything about it. I don't care how big you are. You can't speak to me like that, or else I'm gonna fuck you up. I don't care how big you are. You shouldn't be speaking to people like that. Even if you are fucking bipolar, like, come on, buddy. But yeah, he might have something wrong with him. Because he goes off like that, man. I think he might have, kind of like my sister. Probably even worse than my sister, like a mild form of bipolar, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably something. Let's think of something else embarrassing. Let's go over all my embarrassing shit. Something else embarrassing me. I watched porn yesterday. I didn't jerk off to it, like run my dick to it, but I watched porn, even though I stopped doing that for a while. For a long while, I haven't jerked off to porn. Although I've gone close, I've skirted the edges. Like I watch porn and then kind of run my dick and then close the porn and then jerk. What do they say? Rub one out. But I've like jerked off to anime asses as well in the past. But it's been a while since I've just jerked it to porn. Definitely not every night. When I am doing that, the anime ass, I did that for like quite a few nights in a row. But usually when I do like watch porn, it's because I have something in my head. I remember like a fucked up like porno that I actually go out and seek and then watch. And not the whole thing, just like parts of it. Like I remember this wrestling one that I went and watched, and I actually found it really easy. Because I've kind of been playing off the scenario in my head when I was jerking off without porn. But enough about porn. Why do I always talk about porn and jerking off and shit? Kind of embarrassing to people. But again, that's what I'm not feeling embarrassed right now. I'm chilling. But if I was talking to a person, would I feel embarrassed? Probably. But I was starting to feel embarrassed when I was talking to you guys there. When I started doing this. It's just practice, I suppose. What's another embarrassing thing? One time, me, this dude Cam Brown and Finn Hannon, who were like the alpha male year above me that I biked around to school with, we were biking past this group of girls and we were like touching cars, the side mirrors. How do I not know what the fuck they're called? Dude, that mosquito bite is bad, man. Yeah, and I totally I was not good on the bike, which is funny because it's pretty fucking basic, but I wasn't used to like riding on the road or anything, and I hit one of the car mirrors and like fell down, and they all laughed at me, but I'll show them. What's another embarrassing thing? What's an embarrassing thing that happened recently? So, that dude at work. Can't think of many recently. Really can't. Slightly lying about stuff, like telling people that, telling my cousin Cam that I don't drink often when I never drunk before, because I was kind of embarrassed about it, because that's what he held as, he held that as, like, not being a loser, being cool was drinking, so I had to justify my not drinking at all with not drinking much. I guess that's... Anyways, the podcast is going on for too long. I'm gonna wobble now, read my book, and then hopefully get a good night's sleep, because I keep on waking up in the middle of the night. I'll actually search it up, but first we'll create a to-do today. This podcast isn't ending anytime soon, baby. We just keep on going. We keep on rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. Cool, okay. So 7:30 work for each/David Goggins sounds like a plan. 5 o'clock. Watch videos on NFTs. God, I love NFTs. 5:20. Gym. 7 o'clock. There's a 7 o'clock. Podcast / research NFTs / watch dropshipping videos / Python coding. What I'll do today. Create to do today. Oh no. Jordan Peterson, I forgot about that, man. Jordan Peterson, self-authoring is what it's called. I gotta start like writing some like poems or something, man. Writing some poems or something that can spark my creative side a little bit more, because I feel like I am a creative person, I thought. But Jordan Peterson was saying some stuff about how creative people, like, there's a checklist to see if you're creative, and it's like, have you made a song before? Have you wrote a book before? Have you done all this stuff? And I was answering no to all of the questions, and I'm like, holy shit, am I actually creative? Because to be a good businessman, you should be creative. No, I thought I was creative, but we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. I got to keep on writing, and that Jordan Peterson dude actually says that writing is thinking. Writing is thinking, and I love thinking. I love articulating my thoughts to you guys, so I gotta give writing a bit of a go. Maybe write a story. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's the podcast.